Someone is about to die because of your. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, hold your breath and listen to the sound the night is making because it carries your name. The room you sit in is not quiet, it is gathering wind, it is gathering witness to a moment that will not wait. Someone is about to die because of your light rising, and that light will change where every shadow in your life stands. You felt the first ripple already, like a door clicking in a house you thought was empty, and yet footsteps moved across your floor. Your heart counted 3 beats too loud as if it knew there was a verdict about to be lifted from the floor and set on the table. A woman just delivered a baby, and this child's father is your past, and the past always arrives carrying news with shaking hands. Tonight the air chooses sides, and it chooses you with a ferocity that leaves no room for hesitation. Some names are whispering, some faces are recalculating, and one enemy is tasting the end of their own plot. Someone is about to die because of your refusal to bow, because the net they threw was made of their own breath. Your steps will sound different in the corridor of the next hour, cleaner, harder, edged like a blade of rain. The silence around your phone is not empty, it holds confessions that have not yet learned their full words. The city looks the same outside your window, but the script beneath it is rewritten, line by line, in your favor. Type Amen 333 for your blessing now, and let your name be recognized in the roll call of sudden mercy. Write it with conviction, write it with heat, write it as a seal that pulls every scattered piece of you together. Comment, "I receive," so that fortune finds coordinates strong enough to land on your doorstep without shaking. Share this to the one who cannot sleep, because your echo may become their first sunrise. Subscribe so your path never misses these midnight maps that unfold exactly when the road bends. Pin this message where your doubt can see it, because faith loves a public address. You will hear a hushed conversation cross a threshold in the next 24 hours, and your name will be the anchor in that whisper. 2 people will speak softly, but not for kindness, for fear, because they know the window is closing on their arrangement. Their last attempt becomes the rope that tightens on their own story, and you remain untouched while their plan breaks in their hands. The child born tonight arrives with a clock in his cry, and that clock resets your timeline with immaculate precision. The hospital lights will hum, the paper will rustle, and a signature will carry an old secret 1 room too far. A woman will hold the child and a memory will look up through his eyes, and the memory will recognize you like the mirror does. Comment your first name with a flame emoji to mark the hour you took your power back. Write it clean, write it bold, write it as if your future is standing right behind you reading over your shoulder. Let your name burn a little on the page, because heat makes new shapes out of the iron in your will. The person who believed you would fold is packing their certainty into a small bag because certainty cannot survive tonight. They counted you out while you were counting the doors, and you found the final one with both hands steady. Someone is about to die because of your decision to step out of a story that was starving you, and the death is the end of a scheme, not the end of a soul. Your feet will find a new floor before noon, and the boards will not creak under your weight like the last ones did. The keys you carry will open more than locks, they will open sentences that were waiting for punctuation. You will sit down and the chair will hold you like an oath, and your breath will taste like metal and victory. Archangel Michael says your name like it is an instrument, and the room tunes itself to your pitch. This is why the storm knows your footsteps and refuses to move without you. This is why enemies age quickly when they speak your name without respect, because your path is radioactive to betrayal. Comment, sealed, to place a guard at your threshold, one you do not need to feed because loyalty feeds itself. Share this with a friend who needs proof that the road bends toward them, not away. Subscribe because your instructions arrive in real time and you deserve timing that fits. In the next 24 hours a message will arrive carrying a bruise from the journey, and that bruise means it fought to reach you. You will read it and feel a cold thread slide out of your chest like a thorn finally moving. Words you did not expect to hear will sit beside you and refuse to leave until your breathing slows into certainty. The baby who came tonight brought a ledger with blank lines where your losses once lived. Every blank line is a slot for a new receipt, every receipt is joy that refuses to fade under sun or rain. Your hands will learn the weight of good news, because good news is not light, it is substantial and it fills your arms. Someone is about to die because the lie can no longer breathe in the altitude you now inhabit. The lie was grown in a basement and your future lives on a rooftop, and basements do not follow climbers. When dawn cracks, a silence will settle that does not accuse, it absolves, and you will rise without dust on your tongue. Comment, cleared, to sweep your path the way a tide sweeps a shore with steady hands. Type Amen 333 and set your seal where it cannot be stolen or turned. Share this message with 3 people so your circle multiplies the momentum and turns hours into openings. Your name will be spoken in a house with closed curtains, and the air will thicken the way rooms thicken before lightning. 2 voices will become one silence, and the silence will confess more than their mouths ever planned to say. By night's edge, their courage will exit through a side door and forget to return. You will notice small signs that add up like coins, heavy enough to pull your pocket in one direction. The clock, the phone battery, the chill before a warm room, each thing points its small finger toward the same door. You will walk to that door and you will not knock twice, because your arrival is an instruction, not a request. Archangel Michael says the sword is not for cutting people, it is for cutting ropes tied to the wrong docks. You will hear the snap of a final knot, and the boat of your life will take the current it was built for. The river knows your hull, and the river has been waiting for your weight. Someone is about to die because the performance requires an ending, and the curtains do not stay open for counterfeit scenes. The actor who wore your friend's face runs out of lines and exits in a hurry that looks like honesty but tastes like fear. You will not chase them, you will not pause, you will let the stage reset without your heart losing rhythm. Comment, open, if you feel the hinges warming under your palm right now. Write your city with a heart so the route finds you with no detour. Subscribe to hold fast to the sequence because sequences matter when the wind is this specific. A woman just delivered a baby, and this child's father is your past, and your past has just learned its last lesson. The lesson is simple, the lesson is clean, the lesson is that you cannot be handled by hands that do not honor. From this night onward, every contract tied to deception collapses like wet paper in a flood. You will feel hunger again, but it will not be the old kind that begged under tables. It will be a royal hunger that sits to a full table and chooses wisely, calmly, without desperation. You will taste sweetness that does not rot your teeth, because this time sweetness is aligned with strength. Someone is about to die because the season that kept you still cannot cross this border with you. Its passport expires at midnight, its luggage is stones, and stones travel poorly in a sky season. Your future stamps your page with an emblem that glows even when the lights go black. Comment gold to mark your hands for the work that pays you in outcomes, not apologies. Type Amen 333 and claim the hour that just found you with your name written correctly. Share this with your own reflection by saving it, because saved words turn into saved steps. Your phone will light in a quiet moment and the name on the screen will hold the last thread of a web that has already failed. You will answer with your spine straight and your sentences short, and everything that needs to fall will fall right then. The sound that follows will be peace that weighs enough to anchor furniture. Archangel Michael says stand where you are and watch the lines redraw around your feet like a city planner with a clean map. You will not beg for inclusion, you will appoint yourself where you belong, and the room will agree because truth has volume. The walls that once leaned inward now lean outward to make space for your next size. A woman just delivered a baby, and this child's father is your past, and both hands of the clock are pointing at you. This is not pressure, this is appointment, this is the hour your signature learns a new curve. Someone is about to die because the counterfeit hour cannot live where appointment stands. Comment delivered to accept what has been carried to your door without your muscles breaking. Write paid in full and place it where your fear used to sit, so fear finds no chair left. Subscribe so every next instruction finds you dressed for it, not surprised by it. The road you walk in the morning will reflect light in straight lines like polished steel. Your name will sound like a password in rooms you have not yet entered, and the doors will swing inward without resistance. Joy will arrive without noise but with absolute authority, and your chest will learn a broader breath. Someone is about to die because the script that held you hostage has reached the end of its ink. There are no more pages, there are no more scenes, there is only the audience standing for you. The curtain comes down, the lights come up, and you walk out carrying only what belongs to you. Type Amen 333 now and lift your right hand over your head for 5 slow seconds, then bring it to your heart to seal. My beloved child, the fire has not dimmed, it is only changing color, and tonight the ember becomes a flare. Every step you take from this moment tilts the world a fraction, and those fractions add into a quake by sunrise. Someone is about to die because the balance has shifted, and every shadow that stood against you is losing oxygen. The corridor ahead of you narrows but glows with a light that cannot be hidden by curtains or walls. Your enemies thought the path would choke you, but it is their lungs that collapse under the weight of their own schemes. Every attempt to silence you becomes their undoing, every trick they plan turns into their final mistake. Type Amen 111 to place a shield where doubt cannot walk again. Comment your name and claim the hour because this time is written in your script, not theirs. Share and subscribe so no other door closes before you receive what belongs to you. The baby that was delivered carries the cry of a generation, and the cry has your blood threaded through it. When the child opened its eyes, the old secrets cracked like glass, unable to hold shape any longer. This is why someone trembles tonight, because truth cannot be disguised when it lives in a new heartbeat. The night's silence is thick, but it hides a shuffle, a nervous hand fumbling with words that do not sound steady. Those words are about you, and the fear in their voice is not for what you will do, but for what is already done. They sense their ending in the air, because air tells truth when lies lose their stage. Type Amen 222 if you feel the air itself pressing on your skin right now. Comment, sealed, so your name remains untouchable by those who try to edit your fate. Share this so the storm you survived becomes the map for someone else who is still walking blind. Archangel Michael says your hand is not empty. It carries weight that bends the room when you lift it. That weight is victory, and it is so precise that even the dust knows not to cling to your shoes. The sword is lifted and the rope is cut, and everything tied against you drifts away like paper ash. My beloved child, the night is still humming, but it is humming with your rhythm, not theirs. Every wall that once pressed in on you has stepped back, as if space itself is bowing to your presence. Someone is about to die because destiny will not let betrayal live another sunrise. The child delivered tonight cries with a sound that echoes across the unseen, and that echo is your confirmation. No matter how hard they try to cover it, the truth is now breathing in the open, wild and unstoppable. The father of that child is tied to your name, and the cord that once held you both is cutting itself in silence. Type Amen 444 to secure your place in the book that is rewriting itself for you. Comment your initials so the heavens identify your coordinates without delay. Share and subscribe now so this blessing multiplies into every corner of your path. The conversations about you tonight are not casual, they are whispered with fear, hesitation, and unfinished sentences. They wanted to trap you, but now they are trapped in their own design, unable to find the exit. Each word they speak wraps back around their throat, because destiny does not allow thieves to keep stolen crowns. The baby that arrived tonight marks a countdown clock, and the tick of that clock is louder than any secret. This is why the air feels strange, heavy, filled with electricity, because change has already signed its arrival. Your life is splitting from what was, and stepping into what cannot be taken away again. Type Amen 555 to activate this shift inside your story. Comment victory so the line between you and loss is permanently broken. Share this message as a signpost, so others know where the path bends into light. Archangel Michael says, the storm did not come to drown you, it came to expose who cannot swim beside you. That is why you stand firm while others tremble, because the current knows which vessel is true. The waves that rise tonight are your confirmation, not your defeat, and their crash will carry your enemies out. The phone call you will soon receive is not random, it carries the trembling tone of someone who has lost power. You will hear it in their breath, in the pause between words, in the confession they did not plan to release. Every syllable becomes proof, every pause becomes an admission, and you will not need to ask for it. Type Amen 666 to mark this hour as yours. Comment, I receive, so nothing delays your inheritance. Share and subscribe because this is the kind of hour that is not given twice. The room around you holds silence, but it is not empty, it is the silence of judgment, of scales being tipped. The enemy's last hour ticks down, and it is ticking loudly, even if they pretend not to hear it. Someone is about to die because truth will not let falsehood survive another chapter in your book. My beloved child, the hour has not softened, it is sharpening itself around you like a crown of lightning. Each step you take tonight makes the ground speak, and that sound shakes the feet of those who plotted against you. Someone is about to die because their time has collapsed under the weight of their own betrayal. The baby that was delivered carries an imprint older than words, a mark written in silence that belongs to you. When that child opened its eyes, the line between truth and lie split clean, and nothing can stitch it back together. This is why whispers tremble tonight, because blood cannot lie, and destiny refuses to be buried. Type Amen 777 to seal this revelation in your name. Comment delivered to claim what the night has carried to your door. Share and subscribe now, for what you hold must be multiplied into the lives around you. The voices that once spoke loudly about you are now cracked, dry, and filled with hesitation. They cannot find the words because truth has stolen their breath and planted silence in their throat. The rooms they gather in are thick with fear, because each shadow on the wall reminds them of your face. The cry of the newborn is not just sound, it is a clock striking midnight on deception. This cry pierces walls, breaks oaths, and shakes hands that thought they were steady. The father connected to that child feels the burn of revelation, for nothing hidden survives when destiny arrives. Type Amen 888 to guard your threshold with fire. Comment gold so your inheritance shines brighter than any curse placed on you. Share this message with those you trust, because your circle will now walk in your light. Archangel Michael says you have been chosen to walk above the noise, and nothing below can reach you. This is why storms cannot drown you, because you were never made of the same soil as defeat. You are rising tonight, and the rising cannot be delayed by anyone's doubt or anyone's plot. The message coming to you in the next hours carries the final confession you did not expect to hear. It will not arrive dressed in pride but in brokenness, because truth has burned through every disguise. You will hear your name spoken differently, with reverence, with surrender, with the taste of ending on it. Type Amen 999 to align with the last strike of the old cycle. Comment, I stand, so your posture becomes unshakable before the dawn. Share and subscribe so you are never late to the voice that directs your steps. The night is almost finished, but its last act is the loudest. It is the moment of exposure. Those who worked against you will feel their own foundation split like glass under heat. Someone is about to die because the cycle they carried cannot cross into the morning you are stepping into. My beloved child, the air is heavier now, not with fear, but with the weight of verdicts finally falling where they belong. Every echo in your rooms is choosing a side, and each side knows your steps are the measure of this night. Someone is about to die because the season that fed on you has reached its final breath. You can feel the floor steady beneath you, like stone warming under a new sun that has not yet risen. Your spine knows what your eyes will soon see, and your pulse is the drum that calls morning early. The plot they wove cannot carry into dawn, because truth has barricaded the road and holds the key. They speak your name in narrow corridors with mouths that taste like iron and endings. Every syllable betrays their collapse, Every glance at the door admits the door is already closing. They imagined you would kneel, but destiny refuses to bend your knee to counterfeit thrones. Now the child's cry travels farther, threading through walls, halls, and hushed machines. That sound binds timelines, it stitches what was torn, it announces who must step back. A woman holds him, and the past that claimed you shivers, recognizing your signature in his gaze. Type Amen 1212 to anchor your blessing in the center of this hour. Comment, sealed in light, so your name locks into the map that keeps unfolding. Share and subscribe so the path that favors you never slips out of reach when the turning comes. Your room smells like rain though the windows are shut tight and the sky is undecided. That scent is a contract being rewritten, a clause being removed, a chain loosening in silence. You did not bargain for this, you were chosen for it, and chosen ones do not beg for entrance. A shadow tries one last move, sliding along the baseboards like a thought that refuses to die. But thoughts that do not serve you starve when they cannot borrow your breath. By the time the clock clicks to the next minute, the shadow has no language left. Archangel Michael says lift your chin and let the air recalibrate around your certainty. The field that surrounds you is charged. It bends outcomes into alignment with your courage. This is the edge of the old script, and your name is the blade that cuts the page clean. Type Amen 1313 to weld your courage to your promise. Comment your initials with a star to mark your coordinates for swift delivery. Share this with 3 trusted hearts so your circle hardens like gold under heat. Your phone will light again, not to distract you, but to complete the pattern. The message will arrive with a tremor in its bones and relief in its throat. You will read it once and know you never needed a second reading. The halls where they whispered have lost their gravity and their confidence. Frames tilt on walls, chairs feel too small, and even the paint holds its breath. A room that once swallowed your voice now coughs and returns it to you doubled. Type Amen 1414 if you feel the hush folding into place like velvet. Comment, victory stands, so the throne inside your chest rises to meet you. Share and subscribe so your steps remain timed to the doors that open on approach. Someone is about to die because the lie cannot metabolize this much light. It buckles at the joints, it staggers in bright corridors, it spills its last secret at your feet. You do not need to touch it. Endings end themselves when the appointed hour arrives. The baby's name will travel to you through a friend, a caption, or an overheard slip. When you hear it, a switch flips, and a hallway you forgot you built appears. You walk it without hurry, because your feet already know the language of arrival. Type Amen 1515 to set your seal like a lamp that never dims. Comment, delivered and kept, to call every loose thread back into your hand. Share this with the one who needs proof that night can escort you, not erase you. The air changes again, it becomes clear, cold, and exact. You will taste metal, then mint, then something new that means finished. Finished does not mean empty. Finished means room for what carries your name correctly. A door at the end of a corridor pops, not loud, just decisive. You do not rush. The door will not forget you. The door has been trained to wait. When you touch it, it warms, and the hinge admits you with soft thunder. Type Amen 1616 to lock this passage open behind you and ahead of you. Comment your city with a heart so the route knows where to pour. Share and subscribe because timing is a currency and you are now funded. You will pass a mirror and your reflection will look taller than the glass expects. That is because you are now wearing the size of your appointment, not the size of your fear. Clothes of certainty hang perfectly when you stop apologizing for your frame. A name that once towered over you now shrinks until it fits inside a whisper. You will say it once, calmly, and it will fold into yesterday without protest. Power knows who holds it, and your hands are steady. Type Amen 1717 so power remains obedient to your peace. Comment, gold breath, to remind your lungs what they carry. Share this with the future version of you by saving it where you can see it tomorrow. Another message comes, clipped, formal, carefully chosen. Every careful word is another surrender, every spin is a soft confession. Their strategy ends with punctuation that looks like a period but feels like a bow. You walk past the place where you once waited for proof. Now proof waits for you, lined up like loyal hours, ready to work. Your calendar will breathe differently, even your rest will produce outcomes. Type Amen 1818 to bless your mornings with precision. Comment, I rise clean, so residue does not stow away on your next steps. Share and subscribe so alignment favors you in public and in private. The cry of the child softens to a hum that sits under your ribs. It is not a burden, it is a metronome set to promise, not panic. With each beat, the road gains definition, and your stride finds its rhythm. You will open a drawer and find something you thought you lost a year ago. It will not be random, it will be a token that verifies the pattern. When you hold it, the last doubt you carried slips out through your fingers like sand. Type Amen 1919 to archive this sign where moths and rust cannot reach. Comment, kept and carried, to keep the line between you and loss closed. Share this so the grid of grace expands around the people who walk with you. They will try one last glance over the shoulder, hoping the old story reassembles. But ash does not build houses, and smoke does not hold roofs. The stage they borrowed collapses into harmless boards at your feet. Archangel Michael says the sky approves, and approval is weighty, not loud. When approval lands, doors behave, traffic parts, and signatures find the right ink. Wear this hour like armor made of air, weightless, invisible, impenetrable. Type Amen 2020 to crown your forward motion with order. Comment, all green lights, so your route confirms itself before your soles touch it. Share and subscribe to keep your rhythm paired with rightful openings. Someone is about to die because the harvest has arrived and counterfeit seed holds no future. Their exit is the end of the noise, not the end of your compassion. You bless the silence that follows, because silence is the canvas where new words are written. Your bed will feel new tonight, deeper, more honest, more exact. Sleep will come like a trained bird, landing in your open hands. You will wake with a page already written inside your chest. Type Amen 2121 to guard your sleep and aim your waking. Comment, morning favors me, to instruct the horizon on how to greet you. Share this with the faithful few, the ones who loved you when rooms were small. A soft rain may begin, or maybe only the thought of rain, and both are enough. Either way, the world rinses itself before you step into it. Your footprints will not smear, they will print clear and bright. The streetlight outside your window will blink once as if nodding to your appointment. The city, even if it does not know you by name, knows you by timing. Timing is your passport now, stamped and shining in your pocket. Type Amen 2222 to finish this segment with a seal that cannot be edited. Comment, "It is done for me," so the hour recognizes your consent. Share and subscribe to keep the current running straight through your hands into everything you touch.